are at the Calgary Motorcycle Show, and I'm with Laurie Paetz, the show manager. She's actually the show manager of all three Western motorcycle shows, Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver. And Laurie, tell us a little bit about the challenges that you're facing this year with a whole new structure.
You know, it's been, what it is it's, any new change is always just a learning curve and learning the things. But I think as a whole, it's a great new direction because what it does is it takes all 7 manufacturer shows and brands them nationally. Whereas before, each production company sort of had their own theme, their own touch to it. So there was some confusion as to whose they were, where they landed. Now it's industry owned, very, very known that it's the symbol, the branding, it's all consistent.
Right.
Makes it easier for the industry as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, though, with any change, there's going to be some new things that you have to explore.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. There's new looks, there's new feels, there's new programming, and just as everyone kind of we go forward, it'll just become that much more smoother. Just like any corporation, any company, any change.
Right. So for your team taking on 3 shows back to back, how are the girls going to handle this? I mean, we're at the very beginning, so
We're day what? Day 4, day 5? I don't even know. Of about a 22-day swing, and then a couple sportsman shows after us.
Yes.
Where, you know what? I always say I'm very fortunate. I'm probably the most fortunate show manager in the industry because I have the A team, as I always refer to them as, and they keep me going. I hope that I keep them going as much as they give what to me in return. And we're always feeding off each other. And if someone's having a down moment, because it's never even a day, it's a moment or a moment where they think, this is what am I doing here? How can I go on?
Right.
We play off each other. At the end of the day, the shows themselves give us energy because when we're on the floor, all the months of preparation in an office, this is what the fruition is the floor. The floor gives me so much energy when I'm out there. I just take it in. I watch the consumers. I watch children coming off a motorcycle for the first time, and it literally, every time I see it, I get goosebumps because that is our future. That is what this industry is all about. It's education. It's getting people to have it in their body, in their bones, in their blood. And when you can introduce a child at 6 years old to that, wow, what a feeling. So for me, it's the floor. I think for my team, it does that as well. So, is it going to be a challenge? Are we going to be tired? Talk to me at the end of Vancouver. I might be a little bit more blurry-eyed, but...
we'll definitely be chatting in Vancouver because as I'm doing all 3 shows and going to be attending all of them. Tell us a little bit about some of the special features you've got happening for this show here in Calgary. And then we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up for Edmonton next week so we can tease our readers.
Awesome. Well, of course, we have the Yamaha Riding Academy where all across the nation, kids 6 to 12 years old can learn to ride. One of my favorites. We have Jordan Zook with us, which, man, I talk about talent and in a sport, various sports. He is not only the reigning Canadian Superbike champion, but he's also the Canadian champion of observed trials. So he's doing trials demonstrations, and he makes it look so easy, so elegant, and yet he is one of the fastest men on the planet. So quite diverse.
He also does a little bit of mountain biking.
Oh, he does everything. And I think his son is just coming up. Mulking's not even a year, and he's going to be another superstar. We have Ethan Barkley. We have Brett McCormick. We have even Lexi Pashou, who's coming up, like a new young woman in the industry. We have the freestylers from the U.S. That's, again, some of the most talented athletes on the planet with us. So we have 5 freestyle riders. We have Nick and Ernie back from Team Empire.
Oh, wonderful.
So that show is just jam-packed with action. And, we call it Evolution of Extreme. I don't know what else you can call it, but a madness show. It's really, the crowd goes crazy watching it. We're fortunate that we have all of this. We had a ladies' night. We'll have a ladies' night in Edmonton. We gave away a motorcycle last night, giving away a Triumph Bonneville to one lucky rider. So 2 motorcycle giveaways for one show. Tremendous.
That's huge. That's absolutely huge. What can the listeners or watchers of our little TV show here and the readers of the Busted Knuckle expect when they come to the Edmonton show? Is it going to be an absolute cookie cutter, this one, or is there something a little bit different?
There's always things that are different. different because it's two different fields of consumers, really, and that's what makes the show. Is it a cookie cutter with the features? Oh, I don't like to call it cookie cutter, but you know what? When we have a good thing going, why mess with it? So
Wonderful. I like
you
that.
know, when people love action, I'll give them action.
Absolutely.
You know, so there is definitely the same different programming features within the
Right.
two Alberta shows. I think it's pretty exciting because in the 7 shows across the nation, Alberta is very fortunate that our venues allow for the freestyle component,
Right.
which really does excite the crowd. We were fortunate in Toronto to have trials
Right.
once again. So, you know, it's nice to have engines running on the floor. That's what we're looking for. We want that so that people can hear and feel the engines running. So kids watching Jordan, and of course a whole lot of action and noise happening with our freestyle component. So
Right. Right. Well, that's going to be an exciting time. How do you feel about the fact that Mother Nature cooperated this year? for
oh, Mother
moving?
Nature, I don't know. Maybe she's shining. She's definitely shining down on us this time. You know, here we're looking great weekend here in Calgary.
Beautiful.
It's
We've
gorgeous.
actually got riders
I know,
riding
I
in.
know, it's wonderful.
amazing.
We only get this once every 5-6 years. I'll take it anytime it happens. Edmonton, the forecast is looking wonderful, even into the west coast for Vancouver.
Yes.
You know, I'm a Canadian. I love hockey, but this lockout has really helped us because I think people might be a little bored and antsy for something to do entertainment-wise.
They're-
Definitely helped yesterday.
They're
Friday, we had a
lined
great
up
day.
out the door
Yeah.
waiting to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously excited, obviously looking forward to what the manufacturers are
Oh, yeah.
offering and new
100%.
models and all of the different accessories. You've got quite a nice variety of vendors out there on the floor.
We're really pleased. We're seeing some aftermarket, like importations. Thibault, for example, hasn't
Right.
been in the shows for a few years. Exciting to see them back.
Mhm.
You know, Motovans increased their space from beautiful space,
Huge.
gorgeous booth. Parts Canada still taking a huge amount of space. So it's really nice to see the diversity and the variety for consumers. And this is what it's all about. It really is the all under one roof concept that we're trying to create and build. That consumers can come down here if they're not quite ready to buy or purchase, they can at least research and they can, you know, talk to
Right.
specialty people right here on site.
Yeah, and I also noticed that there are some very interesting innovations out there to assist riders that are physically challenged. Lots of people out there with hearing components and orthotics and different things that are important to keep your body healthy while you're riding.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of a neat little touch with some of those components being added. Rider Nation seems to be well attended again.
Very well attended. Again, our commitment to the community as a whole, you know, for the shows is about the community as well. You know, we still stand by our not-for-profits or charity rides so that they can afford to participate in the shows. We understand the importance of reaching so many consumers,
Right.
for them to get the message out of what they're doing, whether again it's a charity ride coming up this coming summer, or whether it's an ongoing program that they need support either from a volunteer or monetary purpose. You know,
Right.
we want to be able to have them here exposed to probably 32,000 people this weekend. So
That's awesome. Well, thank you very, very much for your time, Laurie. As usual, you guys have one of the best show teams in the industry. I've always told you that. I love how you ladies treat everybody, and it's always wonderful to have you guys out on the floor with those big smiles of yours. And it doesn't seem to matter what curveballs life throws you, you girls are always smiling.
thank you. We
So
appreciate
thank
it.
you very much for coming out.